Money is the root of all evil, they say, but let me ask you this. Would you rather cry in a Ferrari or on a bicycle? If you chose the Ferrari, congratulations, you have the mindset of someone who understands that money is simply a tool. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to become wealthy as fast as humanly possible, without waiting decades or relying on luck. Most people are broke because they've been fed lies about money their entire lives. They think wealth comes from working harder at a job, trading time for money, or saving pennies in a bank account that pays less interest than inflation steals from them. This is financial suicide. And if you're still thinking this way, you need to rewire your brain immediately. The ultra-wealthy don't think like everyone else, and that's exactly why they're ultra-wealthy. While the masses are arguing about whether to buy the generic cereal or the name brand, the rich are acquiring assets that generate passive income streams. They understand something that school never taught you: the difference between being rich and being wealthy. Being rich means you have a high income. Being wealthy means you have assets that work for you, even when you're sleeping. A doctor making $500,000 a year is rich, but if they stop working, they stop earning. A real estate investor with 50 rental properties generating passive income is wealthy because the money flows whether they show up or not. Here's the brutal truth about getting rich fast. You need to think in terms of leverage, not linear growth. Linear growth is adding $1 to your bank account every day. Leverage is figuring out how to multiply your efforts by 10 or 100 or 1,000. The wealthy understand that time is their most valuable asset, and they refuse to trade it for money on a one-to-one basis. The first step to building wealth rapidly is to develop what I call the acquisition mindset. This means instead of asking, how can I save money, you ask, how can I acquire assets that generate income? Instead of cutting expenses, you focus on increasing revenue streams. Instead of job security, you pursue financial freedom. Let me share the fastest wealth-building strategies that actually work in today's economy. First is the digital leverage model. The internet has created more millionaires in the past 2 decades than any other force in human history. You can build a business that serves thousands of customers while you sleep. Whether it's creating digital products, selling online courses, building software, or running an e-commerce empire, the scalability is unlimited. The key is to identify a problem that millions of people have and create a solution that can be delivered digitally. One course can be sold to 10,000 people. One app can serve millions of users. One YouTube channel can generate income from multiple revenue streams simultaneously. This is leverage at its finest. Second is the real estate acceleration method. Real estate has created more wealth than any other asset class, but most people approach it wrong. They save up for years to buy one property with a traditional mortgage. Smart investors use other people's money to acquire multiple properties quickly. This includes finding motivated sellers using seller financing, getting private money lenders, or partnering with other investors. The goal is to control as much cash-flowing real estate as possible with as little of your own money as possible. Every property should pay for itself and generate positive cash flow from day one. Within 5 years, you could own 50 or more properties that collectively generate enough passive income to replace your job income. Third is the business acquisition strategy. Instead of starting a business from scratch, which takes years and has a high failure rate, you can buy existing profitable businesses. Many baby boomers are retiring and selling their businesses at attractive prices. With the right financing, you can acquire a business that already has customers, employees, and cash flow. The trick is finding businesses that are undervalued or have untapped potential. Maybe they have poor marketing or outdated systems that you can improve. Maybe they're not utilizing digital channels or have expansion opportunities the current owner isn't pursuing. You can often buy these businesses with little to no money down, using seller financing or SBA loans. Fourth is the skill monetization method. In today's economy, high-value skills are worth more than college degrees. Skills like copywriting, sales, digital marketing, web development, or social media management can be monetized quickly. The best part is, you can learn these skills online, often for free or very low cost. Once you develop a high-income skill, you can offer it as a service, build an agency around it, or teach it to others. A skilled copywriter can earn 6 figures within their first year. A social media expert can build an agency that generates millions in revenue. The key is to become extremely good at one thing rather than mediocre at many things. But here's where most people fail. They learn about these strategies but never implement them. They get stuck in analysis paralysis, or they make excuses about why they can't start. The wealthy understand that execution beats perfection every time. They take massive action even when they don't have all the answers. The mindset shift that changes everything is understanding that money is abundant, not scarce. There are trillions of dollars changing hands every day in the global economy. Your job is to position yourself to capture a tiny fraction of that flow. The money is already there, waiting for you to claim it. You also need to understand the power of compound growth. When you're building wealth, every dollar you reinvest accelerates your timeline. If you make your first million and spend it on liabilities, you're back to zero. If you reinvest that million into more assets, it becomes 2 million, then 4 million, then 8 million. This exponential growth is how people go from broke to billionaire in a single decade. The wealthy also understand tax optimization. They structure their investments and businesses to minimize taxes legally. They use depreciation, deductions, write-offs, and other strategies that can save hundreds of thousands of dollars annually. This money stays in their pockets to be reinvested rather than going to the government. Here's your action plan to implement immediately. First, choose one wealth-building strategy from what I've shared and commit to it fully. Don't try to do everything at once. Master one approach before moving to the next. Second, set a specific wealth goal with a deadline. Instead of saying, I want to be rich, say, I will have a net worth of $1 million by this date next year. Third, track your progress obsessively. What gets measured gets managed. Know your exact net worth, income, expenses, and growth rate at all times. Fourth, surround yourself with people who are already wealthy or building wealth. Your network determines your net worth, and hanging around broke people will keep you broke. Fifth, invest in your education continuously. The wealthy spend more on learning than the poor spend on entertainment. Read books, attend seminars, hire coaches and mentors. The knowledge you gain will pay dividends for decades. Most importantly, start now, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Every day you delay is another day of compound growth you're missing out on. Remember, becoming wealthy isn't about luck or being born into money. It's about understanding how money works and positioning yourself to capture it. The strategies I've shared have created countless millionaires, and they'll work for you too. If you have the courage to implement them, the choice is yours. You can continue living paycheck to paycheck, making excuses about why wealth building doesn't work, or you can take control of your financial future starting today. The wealthy life you dream of is waiting for you, but only if you're willing to do what it takes to claim it. Your financial freedom depends on the decision you make right now. Choose wisely because your future self is counting on you.